Assalamualaikum. Today I would like to present my poster. The title is The In Vivo Rodent Micronucleus Assay of Kacip Fatimah Extract. Abstract. Kacip Fatimah, also referred to as Labicia pumila, is a traditional herbal medicinal drug with a long record within the Malay community. It has been utilized by many generations of Malay women to result in and facilitate childbirth in addition to a postpartum medicinal drug. They examined the genotoxic potential of Kacip Fatimah in bone marrow cells received from Sprague-Dawley rats, the use of micronuclei formation because the toxicological endpoint. 5 companies of 5 male rats each had been administered orally for 2 consecutive days with dose of 100, 700 and 2000 mg per kilogram frame weight of Kacip Fatimah extract dissolved in distilled water. Micronucleus education was obtained from bone marrow cell of the animal following general protocol. No statistically substantial increase in micronucleatic polychromatic erythrocyte was discovered at any dose degree, sacrifice, or harvest time point. Introduction. A huge share of medicine utilized by the local in Malaysia are still derived from vegetation or their extract, and little is known approximately the protection and efficiency of such opportunity treatment. In vivo and in vitro research have shown modulating position in xenobiotic effects. While some herbs might be pharmacologically and clinically effective, they are not free from toxicity and side effects. Therefore, research into the historical use medicinal vegetation is treasured as a source for capacity chemotherapy tablet and as protection measure for the use of medicinal vegetation. It turned into proposed by Smith and Hadel that a simpler approach to assess chromosome damage in vivo change into to measure the micronucleus. Micronuclei are small chromatin our body that appear in cytoplasm with the aid of the condensation of eccentric chromosome fragment or via whole chromosome, regularly caused by clastogenic substance or spindle poison in dividing cells such as bone marrow. Micronuclei frequency have been taken into consideration to be dependable index for detecting chromosome breakage and loss. For genetic toxicology research, the formation of micronucleus in bone marrow and peripheral blood erythrocyte is recognized as one of the established techniques for in vivo cytogenetic assay. Bone marrow cytogenetics is likewise a beneficial short-term technique for elucidating the mechanism, whereas for the clastogenic and anti-clastogenic hobby of material, it has verified to be sensitive screening procedure for the detection of freshly caused structural chromosomal damage in bone marrow cell. Objective. The purpose of this study is to investigate toxicity and the side effect of Labicia pumila. Second, to evaluate the incidence of micronuclei or chromosome damage induced by Kacip Fatimah when administered orally to rats at the different doses and harvest period. Method. Animals were divided into 5 groups, each consisting 5 rats respectively. Next, bone marrow micronucleus assay. Then, scoring. Last one is statistical analysis. There are 2 tables for the result. Conclusion. In this study, there has been no indication of dose-effect relationship. The lack in dose-related effect may attribute with the aid of the cell melancholy within the dividing bone marrow cell with a view to intrude with the expression of the genotoxic potential. This could be also because of pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic factor that further research in Kacip Fatimah. Major mentioned the trouble of bone marrow micronucleus check, which become governed through the quick lifespan of the DNA reactive metabolite found within the organ remote from the target cell and had failed to set off genetic damage. Reference.